Moving on, a major graft probe into Ukraine's energy procurement has shaken Kyiv. 2 cabinet ministers were pushed out as investigators released audio and cash evidence. Ukraine has been hit by a large corruption scandal after anti-corruption agencies said they uncovered an alleged $100 million embezzlement scheme in the energy sector. The National Anti-Corruption Bureau, or NABU, and the Specialized Anti-Corruption Prosecutors Office, or SAP, made this announcement. They said the 15-month probe, based on about 1,000 hours of recordings, implicated people close to President Volodymyr Zelensky. Following the releases, President Volodymyr Zelensky called for the removal of the energy and justice ministers, and the Prime Minister asked Parliament to dismiss them. Investigators said the scheme involved a secret or illegal payment made by contractors working for Energoatom, Ukraine's national nuclear operator, with alleged commissions of roughly 10 to 15% of contract values. On Monday, NABU published photographs of bags of cash and said proceeds were laundered through an office in Kyiv and moved outside of Ukraine, including transfers linked to Russia, according to the agency. And on Tuesday, the agencies reported that the following individuals were involved. Among those named were former Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Chernyshov and a businessman, Timur Mindich, also a co-owner of President Zelensky's former TV studio, Kvartal 95. The businessman has reported to left the country. Prosecutors said some suspects were detained while others remained at large. And on Wednesday, 2 cabinet ministers were pushed out in the fallout. The energy minister, Svetlana Grinchuk, said she had submitted her resignation and denied any wrongdoing, while Justice Minister Herman Halushenko said he would defend himself against the accusations. And a former advisor to the Justice Minister has also been named by investigators. President Zelensky publicly said the Justice and Energy Ministers had to go.
I believe the Justice Minister and Energy Minister can no longer remain in their positions. This is a matter of trust. If there are accusations, they must be addressed, and suspending them from their duties is an emergency decision. I have requested their resignation letters from the Prime Minister of Ukraine and call on members of Parliament to support this decision.
He stressed the need for the inevitability of punishment and said Energoatom's integrity was a priority because the company provides a large share of Ukraine's power. Listen in.
Any effective action against corruption is very necessary. The inevitability of punishment is necessary. Energoatom provides Ukraine with the largest share of energy generation. Now cleanliness in the company is a priority. In energy, in every industry, everyone who built the schemes must receive a clear procedural answer. There must be sentences.
Shortly after his remarks, the government moved to remove several Energoatom officials, including a vice president and senior procurement of finance officers, as the probes continue to widen. Meanwhile, ordinary Ukrainians voiced frustration and worry about reputation and public services.
In my opinion, such scandals, first of all, spoil the country's reputation at the international level, which is extremely important for us now. And as for the mood of citizens, the moods here are different. Everyone's opinions are different. Of course, we are holding on, but of course it is clear that this is very, very unpleasant.
And the scandal comes as Russian strikes continue to damage Ukraine's energy infrastructure. And this new controversy adds fresh strain to an already punished power system. Earlier this year, Zelensky briefly attempted to curb the powers of the NABU and SAP, but mass protests and pressure from European partners forced him to reverse course and fully restore the agencies. Analysts say the latest allegations could raise new questions about Ukraine's commitment to anti-corruption reforms, with possible political and diplomatic fallout. With war, energy shortages and damaged infrastructure already weighing heavily in the country, this corruption scandal adds a new challenge for Kyiv and a wartime president. Anti-corruption agencies say they will continue releasing material from the probe. Prosecutors have detained several suspects and say more names and evidence are expected as the investigation moves forward.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point. Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.